Hello everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of my Spyro 3 Year of a Dragon Let's Play, everybody, on Reignited, where in this part we are going to be doing Sheila's Alp. So, what we're going to do in this part, first off, is we're going to free her. So, now this is funny, I always thought that Sheila was a boy, even though it's a girl's name, right until Reignited. I mean, what a joke is that? I always thought that it was a male voice. I mean, what the heck? I mean, that is absolutely appalling. I can't actually believe that I actually did that. But anyway, we're just going to get straight on with this, and we're going to free Sheila the kangaroo.
I'm getting paid a fortune to keep Sheila the kangaroo locked up. This pesky animal must have been causing a lot of trouble for that poor sorceress. I suppose I could accidentally let the kangaroo escape. If you were to pay me, say, a small
fee. I'm so used to you, Moneybags. I know you. And here we go. Obviously, like I said, 400 gems in the last part. I actually thought it was 300, but it's actually 400, so I'm actually right. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to pay 300 gems to free Sheila.
Ah, Spyro, I love your sweet naivete. Your kind-hearted nature might be your downfall someday. But for the time being, it's making me rich.
Yeah. So yeah, you've just skinted a hero dragon to 100 gems. That is very, very selfish, Moneybags.
I hope you appreciate this favor I'm doing in letting you out.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right. After all, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. I reckon you be one of them dragons then.
Yeah, name's Spyro.
Never thought I'd see one. You dragons used to rule this entire world, you know? Then all of a sudden you left. Poof!
Dragons used to live here?
Didn't you know? They say it was over 1,000 years ago, I think.
And they just left?
Yeah, and the weird thing is, after they left, all the magic in the world just sort of went with them. I mean, they say this world used to have magic coming out of the wazoo. Flying ships, singing forests, wishing stones, you name it. But when the dragons left, it all just dried up.
Is that why some of the portals don't work?
Yeah, they're starting to fade out too, one by one. Well, I gotta get back home and do some damage control. Come visit anytime you like.
Which we're going to do right now, because obviously we need to do this damage control with Sheila. So anyway, here we go as a first stage as non-Spyro, which will be really cool. Not playing as Spyro for a change. I've obviously played as Hunter before, I believe, in Spyro 2. But this time we're actually going to be playing as all new characters, which is one of the qualities of this game. So here we go with Sheila's Alp.
Thanks again, Spyro. Now I have to find out what that nasty sorceress has done to my home while I was locked up.
Before I started recording this part...
Hey, Sheila, while you were gone, a bunch of rhinocs kicked us out of our houses. It's okay though. Bobby, Pete and I are working on a clever plan to take them back.
Right, as I was saying, I didn't know that another character was going to speak, but basically, I had issues before recording this part because for some reason the sound keeps going all crackly on my Elgato.
Follow Bobby and Pete up there using your air hop. It's easy. Just press the jump button again at the top of your jump.
Billy the mountain goat. I love goats. But anyway, yeah, for some reason the sound goes all crackly on the Elgato. And what I've realised is, what you've got to do is, you've got to close down Elgato and open it back up, the Game Catcher HD software, because otherwise the sound goes all crackly. Which I don't understand why that's happening, but that's really annoying.
Follow Bobby and Pete up.
Yeah, I've already followed that. I just wanted to know if he said anything else, but... which is really annoying. I mean, I don't understand why technology has to be a pain in the ass. I mean, it just really does.
You can get up really steep cliffs like this one with your double jump. Press the jump button, then press it again exactly when you hit the ground to do a double jump. Once you've mastered it, you can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, that was actually the line I wanted to hear. I thought it was actually down here, but actually it's up here. But I don't know if it was in the original. It could have been. I don't know, but obviously they've changed one or two things around with the script in this game. So we're just going to go around casually collecting the gems and hopefully going to get all those eggs, if I can find all the gems first time around, that is.
Home at last. Here, I was saving this to make an omelette, but I think you deserve it more.
You was going to cook a dragon? So yes, here we go, that's our first egg. So obviously don't forget this this chest you have to body slam down here, or head bash. But it's more of a body slam, sort of like what you get in Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3, which is what you get in all the later Crash games as well, but just not in Crash 1. But anyway, yeah. And now his cave section looks really cool. Anyway, we're going to speak to these guys real quick here.
Last time we tried to get past this moose, he knocked Billy clean through a wall. If you don't mind, we'll just hang out here while you give him a good kicking.
Bobby the Mountain Goat.
Last time we tried to get past this moose, he knocked Billy clean through a wall. If you don't mind, we'll just hang out here while you give him a good kicking.
So that's Bobby and Pete, and you can actually hear them both saying the same thing in the exact same, well, sort of like different voice. So that's it's actually sort of satisfying to be able to listen to both. I mean, obviously different accents and voices. So. And obviously I have this moose right here, which looks sort of Christmassy. I'm not gonna lie. And wow, I've took damage now on blue sparks, but as I was going to say, I mean, it's just, I like the PC version. I mean, I meant to say this in the last part. I like the PC version of this game because of 60 FPS, but I mean, not having 60 FPS is not a deal breaker for me. I mean, it really isn't. I mean, obviously I just want the game, I don't care too much for the visuals, and honestly, even on the PC version with ultra settings, it still doesn't look as good as the PS4 version to me. I know the frame rate's much better on PC. I mean, obviously my PC's old, so I can only play it in 720p with, and the frame rate does go down to 50. I did have some issues at the start. The screen sort of like went into a teary mess. I mean, obviously the screen was like split up, and I don't know why that was happening. I mean, it's obviously called screen tearing, but turning on VSync did fix that. I know lots of people argue that VSync is bad, but to be honest, I think it fixes more issues than causes problems, so.
Hey Sheila, let's play a joke. Take this egg and smash it on Billy's house, okay? I need to get him back for the last time he butted me off the cliff.
Jenny. I always thought that he should be like sort of like playing an instrument, but oh well, never mind. Oh, we're just going to top our fodder up real quick. But as I was saying, this is why I'm not a huge fan of PC gaming, because you've got to sort of like mess about with settings all the time. I just want to play the game. I mean, obviously I mess with the colour and saturation settings and contrast and that on the TV, but I don't really like to mess about with graphic settings on PC games. I just like to be able to play the game, hence why I prefer console.
Those Rhinox have taken over. There'll be no stopping them unless we can smash their huts. They're too big to smash with your kick attack, though. Try using your stomp attack to smash them instead. I'll confuse the Rhinox with taunts while you stomp their huts, okay?
Oh,
you
yes.
remember how to stomp, don't you? Just jump, then press the action button in the air.
Yeah, Stomp, that's the name of the move. It's actually not Body Slam, it's actually Stomp. So anyway, what we've got to do is got to destroy our homes, which just kind of make me feel bad. I mean, destroying... Although they are enemies, so maybe I should not feel bad. Maybe I should have sort of like done a double jump on one of them huts and got that sort of like chest up there, but obviously I did not do that, and I've never needed to do it before, so I suppose it's not going to really be an issue. I don't want to make it an issue, so yeah. But as I was saying, that 60 FPS is really nice up on PC, you know, to play this game without having to rely on motion blur, but I mean, motion blur is what you really do need turned on. Obviously, if you suffer with symptoms, you know, sort of like headaches, nausea, vomiting, because of, you know, sort of like the because that can happen sometimes with motion blur and fast visuals. Obviously turn it off, but otherwise, I mean, obviously Crystal Fish is a bit like that, obviously hence why he's turned it off in his Let's Play, but I mean, to be honest, it's, I like to play with it on the console version. But on the PC version I don't need it, because at 60 FPS it looks so good. And another thing with PC gaming as well, it's really expensive in order to get the right spec PC that'll be able to play games decently, so hence another reason why I don't bother with PC gaming. I just want a computer that's powerful enough to edit and record my videos with Elgato and possibly do some live streaming as well, so...
If you ever forget how to control a character or vehicle, just go to the pause menu and select controls.
Yep, so obviously we have the original and the Reignited controls. Although saying that, I mean, I'm actually using the analog sticks this time around, of which I'll just tell you about after we just speak to this goat right here.
Thanks for the help, Sheila. Oh, you can have this egg I found in my house.
None. Wow. So yeah, that's basically, I always use a D-pad and the left and right triggers, but now, to play this game, I've actually started using both of the analog sticks. For I do keep original controls, because I mean, original controls do seem to work the best. I mean, obviously I do like the option of being able to use the triggers, but I can alternate between the two. I mean, I know it's odd, and it's really weird sounding. And you'll probably think I'm a complete weirdo for doing this, but I actually do like to alternate between D-pad and analog stick now. I mean, analog stick I'm getting used to, but analog stick actually does control a lot better, especially in Crash Team Racing. In fact, I can't believe that I really played Crash Team Racing all that time with the D-pad. I mean, that was pretty terrible, to be honest. But anyway, here we go. That is Sheila's Alp, now fully completed. Now, I don't think there's a skill point in this stage. No, there isn't. So, obviously, this is Sheila's Alp, all done and dusted. So, I think I'm going to do these Let's Plays 1 part Crash and 2 part Spyro, because obviously Spyro Year of the Dragon is a really long game. So yes, here we go. I like how Sheila just floats away in that portal, that's like really weird. But yes everybody, that's been part 2. And I'm kind of glad that I did split this part and the last part up now, because I didn't know what to do before, but this part actually did turn out a lot longer. I mean, it's only been like just over 12 minutes so far, but I mean, to be honest, this is quite a long part, so... I mean, I don't want to make parts go over 30 minutes. I mean, obviously some parts later on, like some levels in this game, are going to be really long. I mean, like Lost Fleet and Fireworks Factory, for example. Well, not so much Fireworks Factory, but Lost Fleet, as well as some of the levels in What's the World, Midnight Mountain, are pretty long. So, yes, that's 2 stages now done. In fact, I'm going to go to Cloud Spires then. In fact, next one I'm going to be doing is, of course, Sunny Villa, which we will get to do something that you get to do in the Tony Hawk's games, skateboarding. But the skateboarding in Spyro works really well. Lots of people disagree and say that the skateboarding is not really good in Reignited, but I personally quite like it. I mean, I do use a D-pad for that, going back to that subject, but yeah, that is that. Part 2 of my... What? A piece of grass just went through Spyro! That was pretty weird. It just went through his face. So yes, everybody, thank you so much for watching Part 2 of my Spyro Year of the Dragon Reignited Let's Play. I hope you all enjoyed watching this part, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next part, where we do Sunny Villa.